I figure why not do my first brisket ever on my first video, and it's going to be done on a Weber Kettle. I'm going to try and do all of my cooking and everything on the Weber Kettle because it is a very diverse grill that I have grown to really enjoy, but still I'm learning. It's kind of winter here. It's not snowing yet, but we are in and around the 0-degree temperature, so I do have that going against me as well in terms of keeping the heat in the kettle going long enough. This is the brisket here. I've been hesitant on this because briskets are not cheap. And so this is a $68 brisket. It's from Costco, so you know it's gonna be a good grade of brisket. So we're gonna learn together, and we'll just start by opening it up. I'll trim a lot of the excess off. And actually gonna try and reuse it. So I'm gonna use it to make a tallow, and then I'm also gonna use it for, we'll just keep all the stuff over there, for burgers. So it's, again, we're gonna go through this and try and trim it down. Again, I've never trimmed brisket, so it's just been done from what I've been watching online. So it'll be interesting to see. Welcome back. It wasn't my, well, it was my first time trimming brisket, so I'm sure it was done very poorly, but I guess we'll see what happens once it gets seasoned. And I'm doing this at night so that tomorrow I can do this first thing in the morning, pop it in, and then we can cook it on the Weber Kettle. So let's get this thing seasoned up. And so this is all of the meat that I cut off of it when I was trimming it. And again, I'm gonna put that into beef tallow and also burgers. So the tallow I can use for actually this brisket, and then the burgers will just be for other meals. And I've kept the fat so that it can all be grinded together. That will be another video. But let's get this one seasoned up, and then we'll pop it in the fridge, and then we will pop it onto the Weber Kettle tomorrow morning. So after looking at the brisket, I do see like some cuts were done incorrectly. This flap is kind of here. I'll turn it around so that you can see this flap separation here. Some bald spots here, which will probably pool. So I'll just roll some foil and put that up so that the fat or the juices kind of roll off and they won't pool there. So for now, we will do, it's quite tacky, so I don't need to actually use a binder. So I'm just gonna use the salt, pepper, and garlic. And we'll do it in a way where it is 2 cups of black pepper, 1 cup of salt, and then half of a cup of the granulated garlic. Avoid using garlic salt because then you can't control the salt separately. So by using the garlic powder or granulated garlic, you can control the salt, which will make the flavors kind of work for you in a positive way where it might not come out too salty. And again, I'm new to this whole barbecuing stuff, so these are just things that I've kind of come across when I've been watching my videos. And the point of my videos will be for me to learn, but it will also be for being able to teach other people how to do this as well. So let me just wash my hands, and then we will make the seasoning that we'll put onto it, which will form our bark when we are smoking it on the Weber Kettle. Okay, so we'll just kind of sprinkle it on. Because it's not too heavy on the salt, it's okay if it goes a little heavier than normal. Don't forget to do the sides. And that's our brisket. So we will come back tomorrow and pop it in. Now, one thing I didn't show you was how much I've trimmed off. So for the brisket, which I'm gonna put into to make hamburgers, and I went based on a 70-30 kind of mix, so 70% lean, 30% kind of fat. I'll put it through the grinder, make burgers. I'll do a video on that one. And then for me to make the beef tallow, I don't know how much this is gonna give me. I've never done it before, but I'm just gonna be boiling it down, and the pieces of meat that kind of get cooked, take that out, and then I'll be left with a liquid that I can put into making things that are dry, possibly my brisket, but we'll see, to make it non-dry. So that's just what I've kind of took off of that brisket. Good morning and welcome back. As you'll see that the brisket sat in the fridge. I pulled it out about an hour ago to get to room temperature so that hopefully it goes on to the Weber Kettle and will help fight the temperatures outside. I woke up to -4 and so I'm not sure how this is gonna go, but anyways, that's what the point of the channel is, for me to try these different things to see if it's something that is something that I can do. And if you're watching this and you've seen things I'm doing wrong, be sure to comment that below. If you're enjoying the video so far, subscribe, like the video as well. Lets YouTube know that people are enjoying my videos. I'm not entirely sure what direction this channel is going to go in and what other kind of videos I'm going to be posting, but I'm just hoping to post videos that people will enjoy. So let's get the charcoal chimney started so that we can get everything onto the Weber Kettle. And for this one, we're going to do the snake method. So let's hop outside. So there is the kettle there. Has some leftover charcoal in it from the cook the other day. I just did some chicken, getting used to the kettle to, get used to charcoal. I've always had gas because barbecue was just never something that in my household was done out of enjoyment. Normally it was done out of a necessity to just cook food. It's -2 right now. So it is a little bit on the chilly side, so I'm going to have a snake method kind of go. Start on this side and work our way around. I'm going to use a mixture of, it's going to be mostly the Kingsford charcoal briquettes. They seem to last longer, but they don't get so hot. And because of the colder temperatures out, I am going to mix some lump charcoal in it as well. And then at the beginning, I'm going to be adding the wood chunks, which will help give that smoky flavor to the brisket. I'm going to use 2 different kinds. It's going to be a mesquite, which is that one, and then there's also going to be some apple. So let's get this snake started, the grill lit, and then we can put the brisket on. Okay, so we are back, and I added a water pan, which is going to do 2 things. First of all, it's going to catch the juices that kind of come off of the brisket so that it doesn't dirty the bottom of the grill. But then also I'm going to add water and some other spices that will help just build to the flavors. So let's pour the water. And then this is something that probably you have not seen before, but I have bay leaves, peppercorns, cumin, I have cloves, and then I also have pimento seeds, also known as allspice if it's ground up. So we'll just add that in here. So as the charcoal kind of goes around, heats the water I'm hoping is going to help keep the temperatures a little bit consistent for me because it is cooler outside. Again, I am a little bit worried about that. So I've added the wood at kind of the beginning so that the smoke builds up fast, and then so it can really pound the smoke into it. So let's get the charcoals lit. Okay, so I'm going to pour the charcoals at the beginning here. Just pour it in. That charcoal wasn't supposed to go in the water. It's not gonna hurt anything, but there we go. Just put the lid on. Open all the way. The bottom vent is all the way as well. So we have top vent open, bottom vent open, and then I have a thermometer probe I'll stick in there so that we can monitor the temperature. So here we have it where the smoke has been coming out now. So that means things are catching, which is good. The water's in there, which is creating the moisture to be within the cooking part. So I'm just going to clean off the grill. And one thing that I have done, just clean this off. Just clean it off kind of quickly. The dirty side is at the back, and I'll clean it again after. So a little trick is you just take an onion, and this helps season the grill. So, and it also prevents things from sticking. So I've done some chicken. Just be careful, it's hot. Yeah, some other stuff, and it comes on and off really nicely. And then, yeah, it's just nice on that sense. So I'll just leave the onion kind of here. And then I got this thermometer probe for like $9 on clearance at Walmart. So we will, I've been using it a little bit and it's been working well. So just to help keep an eye on the temperatures, I will put that here. That way I can keep an eye on how hot it gets in there. So I think we will close it up, build up temperature again, and then we will put a brisket on. So the brisket is on. I did have to add some more charcoal kind of at the back just to help get the temperature up a little higher, add some smoke flavor, everything to the brisket. So we will see how this kind of maintains. I won't put a thermometer probe into the brisket yet. It's too early for that, so no point in poking it around. But we will kind of check that back after. So let's cover it up and then hopefully stabilize it at around 250 to 275 degrees. Don't go anywhere, and we will be back. So I have stabilized the temperature, and it's 1 degree now. So the temperature has warmed up a little bit, which makes it a little easier to maintain the temperatures. Biggest rookie mistake, I was battling with this thermometer. It was saying that it was at about 140. And so to me that was too low because I know you're supposed to cook it between 250, 275. But then it dawned on me that it was 140 Celsius, which when you convert it is over 300 degrees Fahrenheit. So it was actually hotter. And then I was smart enough to add more charcoal to make it even hotter. So as I suspected, the heat is not catching enough. So for the first about half an hour of this cook, the brisket was cooking at about 450 degrees Fahrenheit. So I've stabilized it now. It's sitting in and around 217 degrees. So I'm going to heat that up a little bit to get to the 250, 275, but then we should have a pretty stable cook. So again, this channel is just about learning and not making the same mistakes that I make. Yeah, just wanted to share that with you. Okay, so I've noticed that the smoke has kind of died down a little bit. So this is our brisket that we have going so far. I do notice the ends are a little dry, so I'll do this is apple cider vinegar, just a little bit of a spritz, help keep it from burning too bad, and then yeah, it's really close to why not. Okay, we'll cover this back up, and I'll see you back here after. Okay, so it is rocking at about 176 degrees Fahrenheit. So now what I'm going to do is take it off of the Weber Kettle, and I will pop it into the oven to finish off. I'll put it in at 250 degrees. So let me take this. So it's down there now, so I will take it inside. So it's been in the oven for about 4 hours now, and the temperatures, it's going in just like it's supposed to. Temperature's reading 204, 205. So I think it's getting ready. There's about 210. This one here, 205, and 206, 207. So yeah, this is done. So what I can do is I will just leave it open, turn the oven off, and just let it kind of cool down and get to about 155 degrees, which is good because it took quite a while today between just everything, all the hiccups, and yeah, just having it take all day to do, having the kids sick at home, clean up the workspace. It was just quite the delay, but we are done. The brisket is looking really good. It's nice and tender. It's got the juices on it, so let me, still nice and hot. Ooh. I should get some gloves. Oops. Yeah, that's good. These juices here, get those going a little bit. Oops. Okay, so we got some juices there. Moment of truth. Are you ready? Oh, just like butter. So that's good. Oh, it actually turned out. First brisket, all of the issues. It's yeah, happy to say it turned out. Try this piece right here. See how it is. my first ever brisket eating or cooking or anything. It has a beefy taste, and it's juicy, tender, a little bit of the fat on the top. The separation is good, nice smoke ring. All in all, I would say it is a success. If you're interested to see other videos like this where I'm just going to try things, I'm going to do everything on the Weber Kettle just to see what this thing can really do. If you have other recipes that you'd like me to try, drop it in the comments. Definitely, I'd love to see that. Again, first time doing a brisket. I was petrified it was going to come out dry. It didn't. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video. Lets YouTube know that people are enjoying what I'm putting out there. Thanks for watching, and until next time.